Traders all around the world. Good day, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, regardless of where you are going to join this live stream or probably watch the recorded one later on. All right, this is Jevanovex right here, keeping it real with you. All right, so before the weeks begin, okay, in about 1 hour, I just want to quickly share, all right, a quick analysis on how this week is going to go. So stay with me for a while, maybe up to 1 hour, maybe two, maybe less. Okay, so let's get this thing started. So quickly, let's look at what is going on right here. News. The White House says it wants a strong US dollar, right? Japanese must take professional approach in tapping FX reserves, finance whatever is written behind. You want to go to that story and read it out, all right? I just want to check the calendar, then we can quickly dive into the chart. So what's going on? Wow, there's going to be a holiday on the Japan this week, but so far we have the election coming up, so it's an high impact news. How it's going to affect the yen, we don't know, but we'll see. And I think that news has already begun and it has passed. And then we got then today Sunday, according to my own personal time right here, we have this news too. But this is Sunday. Tomorrow, everything's going to be sparkling up. On Monday, we don't have any strong event news on Monday, right? So let's move on all the way to Tuesday. Tuesday, we have US dollar news coming up right here around 10:30 a.m. my time. And then we have the Japan bank holiday on Tuesday, right? Okay, so by Wednesday, what do we have? US dollar news. So we want to watch out for this US dollar news. All right. Let's see how far it's going to impact the markets for like 8 hours each. All right. Okay. And Thursday around 4 a.m. in the morning, according to my own time, we have the GBP, which is pounds, right? The GDP news of pounds. Okay, monthly in and out. So we'll see how that is going to help the pound weaken it or strengthen it. Followed by the US dollar around 10:30 a.m. or still on Thursday, right? Yes, unemployment claims. All right, and so far that's what we have on Thursday. We don't have much. And Friday, we want to look at the Swiss franc, CHF, the CPI news coming up around 4:30 a.m. early in the morning, according to my own personal time. And around 10:30 a.m., we have some beautiful news, right, in the US dollar news, right? So this is what we want to look at for this week. And now let's dive into the chart quickly and see AUD card, what is going to happen this week. This is a weekly time frame. So for me, I'm expecting nothing more than, hey, all right, let's make this. So we have a extension, we have the short-term trend, we have the short-term view. Market is up, as we guys can see right here, no doubt. Price is up. Okay, let's make it smaller. All right, so price is up right there. Okay, so I'm expecting a sell-off, okay, from AUD card because short-term view is up. So I'm expecting the short-term view for this week is going to be down. All right, hopefully we'll see maybe that's going to happen or not. We'll see how it goes. Daily is showing us consolidation, right? We can clearly see how the market bounce up at this level for support, right? And resistance, support, and it's also back at resistance again. So hopefully we want to see it down. Maybe it's going to go up a little bit before it's going to go down. But this week, if you ask me, I'm expecting a sell on this guy, all right, for this week. Okay, so we have the trend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher high again, hopefully. So the short-term view was up, so I would say expect the short-term view this week to be down, in my own personal opinion. What do you think from your own side? So right here, I'll be waiting to see some kind of beautiful bearish candlestick formation using my, okay, in a consolidation. So what I use personally to trade is the Bollinger Band and see how the Bollinger Band is going to serve as what? As a dynamic, beautiful resistance for me so I can sell the market. So first, I'll be expecting price to push all the way up outside here, all right, and create that beautiful signal, candlestick signal, just like we have previously right here. Look at this beautiful bearish engulfing right here, all right. So that's what I'll be kind of like expecting to see in this market, all right, before I decide to sell the market all the way to the downside. So if I want to create a bearish candle signal, I sell the way long term right here. Okay, so you want to watch and see how it goes, right? And that is the 4 hours. And then right here you can see the consolidation, beautiful one on the 1 hour time frame right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the market push all the way up right here. So I'm expecting the sell. Okay, all right. Okay, let's leave that and dive all the way to AUD CHF on the monthly time frame. Let's look at the candle. Look at the trends, beautiful one right there, coming all the way to the downside, and now the price is pushing all the way up. So what happened here, guys? Let's take a look at this low. So this low is very important. Okay, I didn't draw that very well. Bad drawing. Okay, right, you can see right here, price closes above that past resistance area. Previously this one bought and it's close above here. So right here on the monthly, market is still, rallying to the upside. On the, what do we call it, weekly, right here we have this beautiful engulfing candlestick signal right here, right? So as you can see here, now let's do this together. We have you can see the short-term inner trend. Okay, price is pushing all the way up right here, extension, retracement, extension. So now we have extension. At this point in time, I'm expecting probably a pushback, a retest of this level before the market goes up. All right, that is what I would be relaxing to see. Hopefully if it comes here, I'll be looking to buy at this level to the upside. But for now, I believe this week is going to be sell. All right, that's my own personal humble opinion. All right, I don't know about yours. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking at. All right, so we got let's go to the daily. So on the daily, anyway, this was a market I didn't intend to trade previously because of it's a chaos market and I don't like to, market going up, coming down, going up, coming down. It's a chaos market, so that's why I crossed it red, because I don't have interest in it. All right, but right now at this level, I can see even all the way from the monthly that the market already gave me a clear reason for me to buy, breaking out of a key level of support on the monthly time frame. Yeah, I think now I have interest, right? So on the daily, what do we have? So on the daily here, we have this guy, okay? We have this guy here. So the market was going up right here, the short-term trend. So we have extension, all right? We have a retracement. Then we have bullish engulfing. So I'm expecting a pullback a little bit, then come down, all right? Because the market got rejected here, it got rejected here, and even when it makes a bullish engulfing, it still got rejected a little bit, all right? So all these areas are rejection areas. So I'm expecting price to pull down here, probably do this in the future, then goes up, all right? But for this week, short-term view for me, this market is sell, all right? But we'll see how this area is going to play out, but it's still sell for this week. That's what my projection said. AUD JPY on the other hand, weekly time frame right there, that's one massive bullish engulfing right there. So as you guys can see, we have the extension, short-term view is up, the blue line, okay? I mean long-term view, right? And then the short-term view from this green line here, what's happening here? Price is up. So what will be the short-term view for this week? Hopefully a retracement before buying next week, hopefully. So my projection in this one for this week, it's a sell, okay? Weekly time frame. And daily, we got, so for me on the daily time frame here, I want to believe that this is a last engulfing pattern, right? I don't know if you guys know about that. That's what is called last engulfing pattern. And last engulfing pattern usually in a resistance for me, what I'm expecting next is a sell. All right, I'm expecting the market to drop down to retest this level for this week. Okay, that's what I'm expecting to see. Hopefully we'll see how things is going to unfold, but that's my projection. So the short-term view, because we have the extension, oops, not you, sorry. So we have here, we have the extension, retracement, extension. What next? A retracement. So probably before the retracement is going to come, I want to see price push a little bit higher probably, and then for the rest of the week, market should come all the way to the downside. We'll see how that turns out to be, right? Okay. So you want to go to your what's going on right here? What's going on? So you want to go to your trading time frame and do what you do best, guys. Okay, so I think I have to take this out. So do what you do best, okay, on your trading time frame. All right, so all of these are gone. Eventually this market is going to fall massively to the downside, right? So right here on the 4-hour time frame, let's see. Right, let's see. I'm going to go my trend line properly. All right, here we go. So even on the 4-hour time frame, excuse me, AUD/JPY, let's check something. AUD/JPY right here on the 4-hour time frame. I didn't capture this area. That's not okay. Sorry about that. So I was supposed to quickly, let's do this together. Okay. So the inner trends is telling us one thing, and one thing is that we have the extension here. Short-term view was up. So at this point in time, we're expecting the short-term view to come down. All right. And so this is what I'll be expecting to see in the upcoming market or in the upcoming days for this week. All right, this is what I'm expecting to see. Okay, where are we? Here, and let's get back to the charts right here. Okay, so this is what I want to see for this week. Hopefully we'll see how that turns out to be. AUD/NZD. So AUD/NZD right here, market is booming to the upside. Normally I'll be expecting a sell. For example, I'll be expecting the market to sell after this candle. That was what I thought, but unfortunately the market pushed up and it's still going up. But then if we should see price going down, hopefully it's going to happen when it's ready. Weekly time frame, what's the market saying? So just like AUD, all right, just like AUD JPY, I want to say this is a last engulfing, and then hopefully we want to see price go down. Okay, so for me this week we have the short-term view is up. So the short-term view for this coming week, all right, this was last week, so this week I want to see a sell. All right, I want to see a sell for this one. So my projection for this is sell. Maybe the market is going to push up a little bit before it sells for the rest of the week. We'll see. Daily, what is daily telling me here? All right, so okay, right here I have extension, retracement, extension, and then we have our brother here. All right, right here, and then right here. Okay, so previously, all right, there we go, and then finally we got the market making these lows high, and then it made the low here. All right, right here, right now. Okay, on the daily time frame. So right now we also have this market here making these beautiful highs, internal structure, internal trend. So at this point in time, where is the market? The market is at where? The market is at a resistant area, an area I consider a key area for rejection. You can see that rejection, the price rejected here back in time. So normally this market is after this candle and this it's a consolidation to go up. All right, that's the drill. That is the law of this market right here, of what the market is doing here. But another thing is, this is an external consolidation. So after this external consolidation right here, okay, what's happening right now? My system is hanging or what? Okay, so I'm talking about this slight consolidation here. Okay, so normally it's to go up, but if that didn't happen, the market is going to sell. All right, so that's what I'm expecting to see. Price should reverse from this area. All right, so I'm projecting sell for this week. So the extension is up, so I'm expecting a retracement. All right, AUD USD, AUD USD, AUD USD, I'm projecting buy. Yes, if you ask me. All right, I'm still expecting, this is a bullish. Yes, true, we have these movements. All right, what's wrong with this thing? Why? So we have this, and this. All right, right here. So bullish engulfing, maybe it's going to be considered last bullish engulfing, right? For price to reject from here, and probably we're going to have consolidation. So price is just going to go in between this area, right? But still, I'm expecting a buy, right? And I'm expecting a weakness of the dollar, but we'll see. But let me mark out that consolidation area quickly for you guys to see. All right, there we go. So if the market goes up, I'll sell. Right now, I'm not doing anything. I'm staying out of this, right? But I really want to see price go make a new highs before thinking of selling to the downside. Yeah. Coindex. CAD CHF. So CAD CHF for me, all right. So this one has gone. I thought I did talk about this, right? So let's get rid of this on the chart. All right, there we go. So right here on CAD CHF, weekly time frame. Wow. Sell, 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 sell. We have a beautiful gap, all right, right here. The price closed below. So this is a control shift candle, all right. It was this, and then it was bullish, and then it turns to bearish. Okay, that's a control shift candle going, respecting that gap that happened. So this is a signal that market is going down. So for me, this market for this week, I'm projecting sell, not buy, or probably market is going to consolidate in between on the daily time frame, but this is a weekly. All right, so we have here and here, all right, and then here, and the price rejected to this level. Normally I'm expecting market to continue, but I doubt. Probably 50% area, and got rejected again towards here. Hopefully that is what I will be expecting to see. Maybe not. All right, right here, we'll see how it goes, but I'm projecting sell in this market. All right, that is the direction I'm looking at. Okay, so my projection, based on direction, this market is short-term view is going to go down. CAD JPY, the CAD JPY, okay, still respecting key level of resistance right here all the way from here. Okay, price broke above, but this high still the resistance. So even if price push all the way higher here, I'll still be expecting a sell in this week. Hopefully we'll see how this market turns out to be. So I want to consider this it's a kind of, you know, a little bit more difficult, I don't think, but let's see. Sorry about that. And we have let's see, it's gonna be on the what, on the weekly right here. So the market made a low, okay, and price gapped all the way. That's a huge gap all the way from here to this level. So even if the market it did come down, and then finally at the end of the trading session, price push all the way up, right? So that puts us at what, previously the long-term view right now is going to be down based on the pink arrow. All right, and then we have this short-term view up right here right now. Why is this thing pausing? What's going on? So we have the short-term view up. So the short-term view for this coming week, hopefully price is going to go down, or maybe still going to go up. We'll see. But I'm projecting sell anyways. Okay, anything can happen. What do you think from your own end? Long or short? Okay, so I'm having some kind of delay on my chart. I don't know why it's hanging. All right, so this was meant to be on the daily, on the weekly time frame. So we can see right here too on the daily. So we have the market making this short-term movements. So right here you can see it's okay, excuse me, I have to do that again. So we can see right here on the daily, the inner trend right here, the market is pushing up right here. And let's quickly do this. So extension, retracement, extension, the market is on the resistant area. All right, and I want to consider this to be a last engulfing. All right, you saw this beautiful bearish engulfing. We have a candlestick signal here, price sold, and we have this beautiful bearish engulfing, and the market sold, and now it went up. All right, so right now the short-term view, all right, is up. So that is for last week, right? Now for this coming week, I'm expecting short-term view should be down. That's what I'm projecting for this week. And then we have like many of you know, all right, it's called head and shoulder. All right, hopefully for a drop, 3 Buddha top maybe. Okay, all right, there we go. So the long-term view, which is this blue line, is up. All right, then the market made lower lows, and then we have the internal one, extension, retracement, extension, and after an extension, a retracement must come. All right, so my projection is short for the week. Okay, that's what I'm looking at personally from my own side. What's your own take? CHFJPY, I think it's almost the same thing. Okay, so I want to consider this on the week. This is the daily last engulfing, hopefully. All right, so if we got a bearish candlestick signal for tomorrow and we got a bullish, the next one hopefully should go down, hopefully. All right, weekly time frame on the other hand, wow, that's a very nice bullish movement right there. What's going to happen at this very moment? Well, nobody can say, but it looks good for further buys, or maybe it's going to sell. We'll see, but it looks good for a buy. All right, so let's just keep it buy. And daily, let's see. Sorry for my chart is slow, so let's just keep our eyes on this. What is going to happen on the daily time frame? If the daily tomorrow the market closes bearish, then you guys want to prepare for a sell for the rest of the day, or for the rest of the week rather. All right, so that's the only thing I'm looking at on CHFJPY, because this market still look buy. All right, still look buys. This I don't know. Okay, let me see if this is going to help. I want to take out this and see if it's going to reduce the movement. Okay, delete. And let's talk about Euro AUD. So Euro AUD right here on the daily. Let's go to the weekly first. So the market is punching to the downside, like really seriously. But I think it's, you know, like we have extension, retracement, extension. So the long-term view based on this pink line, the market is down. The short-term view right now, the market is down, okay, based on the short-term view. All right, and that is the short-term view down. So the short-term view for next week, this coming week rather, price is going to go up. So it's buy for this week. All right, it is true the market is falling down. So why will I be projecting something that is selling for a buy? Well, there's what's called internal movement. So we have extension, retracement, extension, and here we have an extension right now. So after an extension, what must come? A retracement must come. Okay, so that's the reason why I am saying sell for the week. Okay, sell for the week. All right, so let's move. I mean, not sell, rather buy for the week. I correct myself. Buy for the week, because previously it was sell. But this coming week that we're about to enter, that is about to kick off, it's a buy for the week. That's the short-term view. So the short-term view is long. Okay, the long-term view based on the pink line is down. The short-term view at this level is buy. Daily time frame right here. So unlike what we have here last week, so this was a projection of a sell, all right, for last week. And this week is a bit different. So we have morning star candlestick signal that reverses a trend. Okay, let's not forget that. Okay, very, very important. It reverses a trend. All right, it reverses a trend, although we have a bearish engulfing also right here. Okay, so we can actually tell ourselves that, oh, this market is going down. So back in time, we got this beautiful pullback at this level. You see that price came all the way from here, and price rejected here, here, and here. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so these are the area price is going to gravitate to in the future. So I'm looking at this area also right here. All right, so this is going to be on the daily only. It's not going to be on the weekly. Let's leave it on the 4-hour time frame also. And then right here. Okay, so we got the bearish engulfing right here, but let's not forget that this support area is standing right now, and the candlestick signals that reverses a trend is what we just got right here. And if the market refuses to push up, no problem. Probably we are going to use this area as what? As consolidation area, where the market got rejected here, created support, got rejected here, created support. So it probably is going to do that for some time. I don't absolutely know. All right, so what I know right now is that the support is still standing. All right, yes, we got the rejection for resistance here back in time, which was here. All right, still standing. We got bullish candlestick signal that reverses the trend. Then we got another bearish engulfing. So for me, I want to consider this as a last bearish engulfing, last engulfing, but in this case, bearish engulfing. So I want to see price open for today to tomorrow and start pushing up. So long story short, or short story long, whatever, this for me for the week, the short-term view, buy. What is the long-term view? The long-term view is based on these blue lines. All right. Looking at the bigger structure, long-term view, it's buy. Short-term view, which is this orange line, making extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension. Now, the market made an extension, so it's meant to do what? Made a retracement. So this was a retracement. Then it's meant to make a new extension to the downside. Now, would that extension actually occur? Well, we don't know, but so far, bullish candlestick pattern that reverses a trend is what we have here. Now, I'm spending a lot of time here to explain this scenario here, which is there can be a probability, all right, that the market can buy and also sell, all right. Also, let's not forget a lot of manipulation in this market. Following the technicals, this market is meant to buy, but before it buys, normally the market will return to that area to price back that area where the bulls step into the market and push price higher. All right, the price will come down to reprice that area before it makes its way to the upside. All right, that is the law of trading. That is the law of trading. That is what I've seen. That is what I learned. That is the law of trading. Evening star, it does the same thing, right? Evening star candlestick patterns, the market does the same thing. Sometimes it will reverse immediately to reprice that area before it goes up. If it is bearish, which is evening star, it's the same thing. And sometimes it will, like it will not come down to price that area immediately, right? It might just come down a little bit, then go all the way up. In the future, it's going to come down, price that area, and it's going to go all the way up again. I have seen that times and times, uncountable times. I can't count. All right. So that is how I've seen that in the marketplace. So for me, the short-term view in this market, it's long. All right. Let's go to EuroCAD. So EuroCAD, what are we looking at here? Excuse me, guys. Let me quickly check something. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, quickly. All right, guys. So, okay, quickly right here, we are at Euro JP. Is it Euro JPY? No, EuroCAD, right? Yeah. So EuroCAD right here. Let's go to the weekly. So we are not just going to drop the weekly because it's Monday to Friday, right? The money is made from Monday to Friday. So the weekly is what is going to help us. So we can't just keep the weekly without talking about the weekly time frame. Okay. So quickly right here, let's look at where price is right now. So based on the blue line, okay, the long-term view, the market is up, pushing all the way to the upside. All right, and price is respecting past support area. Okay, so we have the extension, retracement extension. All right, we have a right here extension, retracement extension. So previously it was a low. All right, this is a weekly time frame. Okay, anyways, and then the market pushed all the way up right here, and then it came down here again. So at this point in time, with this candle last 2 weeks and last week, this should create a consolidation and continue to go down. But anyways, we'll see how this goes. So this is a spinning top candlestick signal, just this particular one. All right. Hopefully for me, I'm expecting a buy because the market is still respecting the level of support right here. All right. So I'm expecting the short-term view right now, price is down. So the short-term view for this week, I'm expecting a pullback towards here that probably goes down again, maybe. All right, monthly candle, yes, we are still here. Price is trying to make its way all the way from here to the upside and still wants to come down because it's a big fight here right now, as you can see here. So let's move on to the daily. All right, the daily, on the other hand, the long-term view based on the blue line, long-term view, right? The market is up, right? What about the short term? So we have the inner trends, all right? We have the inner trends, okay, making extension, retracement, previously extension, retracement, and extension. Then what happened? The market turned everything around: extension, retracement, and extension. Then at the end of the day, price, okay, markets made a low right here. But before that session, which was on Friday, on the 30th of Friday, this January that just passed, right? The market pushed up before the session closed, right? It pushed up, it formed a doji. A doji candlestick signal at a key level of support. It's something not to push aside at a key level of support. And then we got all of these. We got a doji here, we got a doji, we got a spinning top, another doji here. So at this point in time, normally a doji candlestick signal is a candlestick signal that is very, very good at tops, not down. So at this point, I'm expecting a pushback, all right, on the daily, probably go up. So maybe we might continue to see consolidation on this one, all right? We might see consolidation on this one. But if you ask me, I think I better stick on the sell side of this market. Let me go back to the weekly. So like I said, this is meant to consolidate and then drop. And we are not actually seeing the consolidation properly. But anyway, we have consolidation. And if we go to the daily again, we can see that the market consolidated for 5 good days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's a consolidation. Now, after the consolidation, what is meant to happen? Market is meant to fall. So I'll be contemplating short-term view to the downside in this one, or probably the market can still stay on this consolidation for a while. All right. Euro CHF on the daily. Euro CHF looks buy for me for this week. Let's look at the weekly time frame. So yes, we have the extension, retracement, extension. So right here, it was a sell. You know, last week it was meant to be a buy. It actually did bought and came down again. So this week that we are taking, I'll still be projecting buy for this market because the short-term view is still down right here. So down, the short-term view for the upcoming week, I still expect the market to push up. So these two candlestick right now is called counter attack. Okay, it's a candlestick signals that reverses a trend also, but for further confirmation, we need a candlestick to close above so that the market will just continue to push up. All right, but right now, short-term view is long because price is at discounted area. Okay, if the price is at premium zone, then hopefully we'll be looking for sell. But at this point, I'll say long for the week. And as you guys can see here, we have an indecision candle last 2 weeks. And with this candle, all right, last week, it's just a signal that price might want to push for that to the upside. All right, so I'll be projecting short-term view and buy for the week. That's my own view, and that's the direction I'm looking at price going for this week. Euro GBP. So Euro GBP is going to be a little bit kind of complex, but not that difficult, but still a little bit complex. So if we look at Euro GBP on the weekly time frame standpoint of view, we can see that this was a buy. It was a clear buy for the week because price was at discount area support, okay, right here. So if you would have watched this market last week before this, I mean last 2 weeks before last week candle, right, you would have rejected buy Actually, the market did so. It sold off and then bought and came down again, but it's still buy for me for this coming week. All right. I mean, this coming week that we are about to enter, or we have already entered it already. It's a buy if you ask me. So the long-term view based on this blue line, it's a buy, and the short-term view previously that was done, it's also up. So it is like 50-50. All right. The market is at 50-50 area. Okay. So if we measure that candle, all right, I'm talking about last week candle, from the top to the, we can see that price closed above 50% of the candle session itself, right? Exactly. So prices are close to the middle or a little bit above the middle, but it's still a buy for the week. All right. That is my own personal projection. All right. What is your take? So if the market should come down, which is no brainer, all right, it should come down, no problem. I'll be looking to buy the market from here, because my projection for this market is buy for this week, not sell. We'll see. All right. Buy. Okay. Euro JPY, I want to consider this as a last engulfing. All right. So we have 3 Buddha top, 1, 2, and probably the third one is going to be created here for us to go down. So for this week, I'm projecting sell for this market. What about you? All right. I'm projecting sell in this market. Okay, let's get back to it. Euro GBP daily, weekly time frame, let's see, it was massive bullish, all right here. So if this high continues to hold, then price is going to go down. So watch out for JPY this week. Hopefully, let's see what's going to happen. All right. All right, so let's head on to Euro NZD. So Euro NZD, it was just like the AUD NZD a little bit, huh? So the short-term view is down right now. So the short-term view for this coming week is going to be buy, and that's what I am looking at, as you guys can see here. Okay, so bullish engulfing. All right, this is a bullish engulfing, and we know what bullish engulfing is. It's a reversal pattern too, just like the evening star or morning star. It's a reversal pattern that reverses the trend. And when you take a look at the market from this area, okay, this is the bigger picture. The long-term view based on this blue line here, it's long, but the short-term view is what? It's down right now. So previously it was down, the market bought, and then price came back to retest this bullish candlestick signal area. Then I'm expecting further buys. So this bearish engulfing you guys are looking at right here, I want to consider it to be what? Last engulfing pattern. And last engulfing pattern is a candlestick signal that form support. In this case, bearish, it forms support. It agrees with the support area. So just like we have also last engulfing at a resistance, which is bullish last engulfing, it forms or support or confirms a resistance area. So this is one of the candlestick signal that we need to take to heart, because it's very, very important. Back in time, I actually do not know about it, but now that I know about it, I'm talking about it so that some of us who are not aware will be aware. Okay, so when you study your chart carefully, all right, without any rush, you're going to see that, and once you take that to heart, it's going to help you in your analysis and also in your trading. Although we have price rejecting at this level right here, you can see it's a beautiful rejection, breakout, and a rejection, right? But then this week, what is the short-term view? The short-term view is price was down, it went up and came also down again. So price is still down, short-term view, right? So what will be the short-term view for next week? The short-term view is going to be that price is going to go away from support and it's going to go back to resistance. How long it's going to go, I don't know, but I believe strongly that this price should go up. All right, after this bullish engulfing, a retest of that area, price should push up further. So I'll be looking to buy from this area on the smaller time frame. Okay, so my projection, the direction based on technical, this market is buy. Euro USD a little bit somehow with the dollar index. We pray with the way things is going, or the way things are going so far with the US whatever, and I'm expecting buy, nothing more than a buy still. The dollar is going to be strong. I don't know when, but it will be strong, right? So for now, I'm expecting a buy in this market. Weekly time frame right here, consolidation. Okay, this is an external consolidation, right? This market was expected to sell beautifully all the way to the downside, but refuses, struggled at this level. Okay, so at this area, previously we got resistance here and breakout. I want to consider this a retest. Okay, from here, right here, you guys can see that. Let me draw that again. Okay, right there. So that's one beautiful breakout and retest. Okay, so I'm expecting further buys because price is at a key level of support inside the consolidation. And another thing, we have this yellow line. Let me make it green so we can see clearly. We have extension, retracement, extension, retracement. I'm expecting for that extension to the upside. Now, I'm not saying this extension is going to go all the way long term. I'm expecting 50% of this candle week, all right, from the body close to the high, 50% area towards here for further sell to the downside in the future. So this is my own personal projection, and this is what I'm expecting to see the market do, because dollar is still going to be weak. Yes, it's still going to be weak. There is a room for it to get weak. All right. So after this beautiful rejection here, I'm not expecting anything to make further highs. I'm not expecting anything to make further highs. Yeah, but this area, price coming towards this area, I'm expecting that price coming here big time. I'm expecting that. We'll see how the market is going to play out. All right. Daily. So daily we have the extension, retracement, extension. We have a retracement, excuse me, right down here. So from this level, so I'm expecting nothing more than, so the market made a low, and then we have a bullish engulfing right here. So I want to see this, okay, for this week. That's what I want to see. Even if the price is at a key level of resistance consolidation band area, I still want to see the market go all the way up. So we have this beautiful bullish engulfing, right? So the short-term view for this week, for me, it's buy, okay? And then remember, we have, for some of you, we have this imbalance, we have the fair value gap. So I'm expecting price to go all the way there to hit there before it goes down. We'll see how this will turn out to be. GBP AUD. So GBP AUD, unlike Euro AUD, yes, I'm expecting the same thing. We have this beautiful arrow facing down. It is the upcoming market wave, okay? The down upcoming market wave, down this line, that is what it represents. Then the orange line you guys are seeing there are what? The extension, the short-term trend, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, all the way down here. So at this point in time, I'll be waiting to see a buy, because right now we have the short-term view, all right, based on this extension to the downside. We have that down, price is down here right now. So what will be the short-term view for this coming week? I'm expecting a buy. Okay, I'm expecting a buy. Hopefully we'll see how it's going to play out. Weekly time frame, that was one massive use movement all the way to the downside right here. So let's quickly draw our extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, and then extension right here. All right, let's color code that one pink, and that's a weekly time frame, right? All right, here we go. So price is down. As you guys can see, price is down. So I'm expecting a pullback to the upside. Okay. Anything can happen, all right? It is not like I'm saying, oh, for a fact the market must go, it must retrace. I don't know, because the month time frame is heavily bearish, and we can see that it's pushing down, down, down. But then I'm not expecting price to close below this doji, all right? If market should fall down from here, probably approach this level, I want to see it go back up, all right? But still, I'm projecting buy for the week, because the long-term view, which is this blue line, price is up, and that includes the weekly time frame too. Although right now we have the weekly time frame has just shifted from up market wave to an upcoming down market wave right here, as you guys can see. Okay, right here. So we have the first, what I call the first 50%, right, to the downside, and daily to the same thing. All right, so after an extension, what must come? A retracement must come. All right, so I'm looking for a buy on that one. But if we should go back and look at the 4-hour time frame, what's the 4-hour time frame telling us? Okay, the 4-hour time frame is also singing and shouting the same thing. So we have extension, retracement, and then we have extension to the downside also. So both the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour are saying the same thing. What does that mean? It means a retracement is going to happen in the future. So the short-term view is saying down. For next week, the short-term view should be buy. Let's see how it plays out. Now we are going to CAD, GBP, pounds CAD right here. So what do we have right here on this market right now? Let's see. So it was a bullish engulfing right here, beautiful one, this doji on the monthly time frame, and now we are here. Price is, moving out right here. The long-term view based on this blue line is long. All right, weekly time frame. So let's forget about the monthly. Weekly makes the money. All right, let's look at the weekly time frame. So what's the price? All right, the market saying right here. So this is a high wave candle. All right, high wave will have a long upper wick and long lower wick, or we call it shadow, as we all know. So in this case, we have our internal structure, extension, retracement, extension, retracement. So at this point in time, we're expecting price to go up, but it's going to be difficult to make that decision because of these two. But one thing I appreciate candlestick signals for is that individual candlestick tells us at the area where that candlestick formed, it is telling us something that all of us should be aware of. So at this point in time, I can say the price came towards, will I call this a discounted area? Of course, I call it a discounted area. This area is a premium area. So once the market sold, which I consider to be what, a pullback or a retracement, it stays at what, a discounted area. All right, now this discounted area, which is considered to be a support key level area, point in time, is telling us that this movement that came down is about to transition, okay, is shifting away from the sell side to a buy side, and that is what the weekly time frame is telling me. So right now, price is down, which is the short-term view. Price is down. Now in this coming week, what will be the short-term view? I'll be expecting price to go up just like it did right here. All right, so for this coming week, my own projection is that the market is going to buy based on the direction, based on what I am seeing the market doing right now. All right, as you guys can see here. So although we have a crown, or better see, you want to call it head and shoulder, Buddha top, right? And then we have these markets here last week candle closing above a little bit 50% area of Friday and Thursday candle. Friday candle closes between at the key level of support. What does that mean? It means that the market's about to go up, right? So there's going to be a buy in this market, probably all the way up right here for this coming week, and before it goes down probably in the future. But then I'm still seeing buy for this week. If you ask me based on the direction, the short-term view for me is what? It's buy. So if you say, oh, the market already shifted, yes, I agreed, it made a lower low compared to this low right here, right? Yes, it did. But then after the low, what must come? A high must come. The market is not just going to go all the way down because it made a low and it will just continue to fall just like that. No, it will retrace to make that high. All right, probably try to take out this high or come towards that area before it goes down. All right, because that area was where the, after this massive movement, and we have this one too. So I'm expecting a retest at that area probably before we see price goes down. All right, so that's my take on this one. And GBP CHF on the monthly time frame. Okay, this was past analysis I did right here. So now we have price here on the, this is the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Wow. So normally, from what I've learned so much about trading candlesticks, the doji at a support level, it's critical, but a doji is very, very beautiful at top, not at bottom. But it doesn't mean, because we have this here, price is still standing right here, so we might see further buys, but I'm expecting a sell on this one, still on the downside for me for this week. So my direction on this one is sell, not buy. Okay, hopefully we might actually have let's see, yeah, I'm expecting for that sales, but then the market can still buy. All right, because the daily is saying something a little bit different. Okay, now let's see. So this, it's pricing, right? Candlestick signal pricing, whereby you measure the previous candle, and once the current candle closes above 50% area, which actually happened here, this candlestick signal is also a candlestick signal that reverses the trend. Now I can clearly see that previously the market was trending from all the way up here to this area, so I'll be expecting nothing more, and this is the daily, right? I'm expecting nothing more than price going further to the upside, and previously we have a gap within this area, so maybe here is going to reject the price. When price goes up here, it's going to come down again. So my projection for this one is going to be buy. All right, and we can clearly see that this area of support previously is still maintaining, right? Price is still maintaining this area for support. So this looks like something that is still going to buy for this week in my own. That's what I'm looking at right here. Okay, GBP JPY. Oh my god, GBP JPY. Okay, so GBP JPY, I'm contemplating sell. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, bearish engulfing, bearish candlestick signal, a kind of bearish candlestick signal, I don't know, but spinning top, bearish candle, engulfing, bearish engulfing, 3 times 3 tops. This could mean only one thing. What's that? 3 mountain top, 3 mountain and 3 river top. Yeah, charts, candlestick chart pattern signal that reverses a trend. All right, let's see if this is going to happen, but so far I'm expecting short for the week. All right, short for the week. Like the short-term view is up, so the short-term view for this coming week, it's sell. All right, so excuse me guys, just for a second. All right, sorry about that. And I'm back. So what are we looking at right here on GBP NZD? So GBP NZD like Euro NZD. So I'm looking at the same scenario. All right, I'm looking at the same scenario. Yeah, like buy. Because based on the short-term view, this market is it's in a consolidation also. You guys can see an external consolidation, and then we have the short-term view, price came down, right? So you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. Doji, it's not good at resistance. I mean, it's not actually so good at support, but more on resistance. You can see when price closed at a premium area here, this doji, right? So you guys saw what happened here. It went up, retest, and then it dropped down massively. Although you can say the New Zealand was strong, pound was weak, yes, but with the economical news, most of the time it works together with technicals. So if you study the technicals very well, very carefully, and you are good at the fundamentals, and you put them together, make sure you are aligning the technicals with your fundamentals. If the technicals are not aligning with the fundamentals, you have to be very careful. All right. Okay. So for me, this week, based on the short-term view, I'm looking at this market buying back all the way up right here. So maybe we are going to have this consolidation for some period of time. But on the long run, I want to see a breakout, retest, and then because there's going to be a retracement. All right. There's going to be a retracement. Okay. So this is the daily. If we go to the weekly time frame, okay, here on the weekly time frame, you see all my drawings, right? What are all these drawings telling us? All right, the blue line previously was up based on what? Based on the long-term view. But right now, the long-term view has just shifted from up to down. So we have upcoming market wave or market structure. Look, talking about the bigger picture, all right? The long-term view now is down, right? Price is at where? A discounted area, if you ask me, right here. All right. Now, at this point in time, I'm expecting price to do what? Drop down a little bit, then go up again, because that retracement must come before we are going to see further extension to the downside. That is if it's going to happen. All right. So that's what I'm expecting to see. Okay. So if you go back to the daily, that retracement must definitely come to play. All right. So an extension or an external consolidation, you want to be careful with an external consolidation, because an external consolidation tells us sometimes that the market wants to reverse, wants to shift from this trend to the next trend. All right. And that's what I'm considering here. So I want to see a breakout a little bit, and I want to buy back inside this consolidation once it happens. GBP USD for me to buy. The market is open already, but not suitable right now to trade. Okay, because a lot of spreads with all these brokers. Okay. All right, right here, this is the daily time frame right now. So we saw this extension. So this is a retracement. So now the market is meant to go up. So the market only came all the way to test this area for support, all of these areas. Okay, so as to continue its way to the upside. Now the market did something. So normally the market is meant to open at this area, but guess what? The price gap all the way to this level. What is going to happen from here? It's going to be tricky and a little bit complex, right? But still, I'm expecting still a buy. All right, that's what I'm expecting, if you ask me, and that's my short-term view. All right, because once the market came down short-term view, the short-term view for this week, it bought, so I'm expecting a sell and then buy to the upside. And that is my own take on the GBP USD. So if the market should actually drop down to this level, no problem, I'm going to buy. All right. So I prefer to stay on the buy side than to stay on what? On the sell side, at least not for now. All right, not for now. So you can see on the weekly, price just gap down, and then hopefully it's going to push to the upside. NZD card on the weekly time frame here. What's the drill? The drill is price is up. I'm expecting a retest before a sell, but this week I'm expecting a sell. If you ask me, I'm expecting a sell on this market for this week. That's my take. Consolidation, the market makes, so we have a extension, our short-term inner structure, extension, retracement, extension, and then we have extension instead of a retracement. Why? Because the market broke the previous higher low, closed body candle below it, did this bullish engulfing, and then previously, you know, we have a bearish engulfing, right? And all of these areas as resistance is still holding as resistance. All right, so I'm expecting bearish, 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 bullish, bearish for this coming week. All right, so the short-term view for me on this one is sell for the week. Although now it's not the best time to sell, right? But it's a sell. All right, so what is your own analysis, or what is your own view, right, of this market this week? Share your thoughts. NZD CHF weekly time frame. NZD CHF, so NZD CHF is a sell, so we are holding at key level of resistance. So we have extension, so price came down here. I'm expecting a pullback before it drops. All right, daily, so we have extension, retracement, and we have a bullish engulfing. So the next candle to go up, and the next other days price should drop down. So for me, it's a sell still, not buy yet. It's buy, but at least for now, maybe it's going to continue to buy, maybe it's going to reverse. We'll see. But I am looking at sell. NZD-JPY. So NZD-JPY on the weekly time frame. Okay, right here, you can see that the market is at a key level of resistance. Okay, it's finally made a new high, but did not close. The beautiful thing I'm appreciating right now in this market is that this doji we have in between here, price did not close above that doji. This doji right here, all right? Price didn't close above that doji. It closes, I think, a little bit below it. Let's find out. Because if it does that, that means, yes, I think it closed above it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit right here. Just a little. But doesn't mean it's still a sell. Okay? It's still a sell. For me, this market is still like just a short-term view sell, you know? Okay, we are on the daily, right? Yeah. So I'm expecting a pullback. If it goes up before the ending of the week, hopefully we are going to see a sell. If the yen continues to remain strong, then price is going to go down. Or if it continues to remain weaker, then price is going to continue to go up. NZD USD. So NZD USD, like I said, the doji usually is good for resistance. Now, a little bit of complexity we are going to have here. I want to see price drop, but then I still want to see price buy. So at this level, it's a critical one. So we have extension, retracement. So I'm expecting for this to happen for this week, you know, probably maintained within this area. With the way the market is going to go this week, it's really difficult, a little bit complex to project the direction fully. So what I'm expecting is a buy, but with this doji right here, it's a little bit complex. But anyways, I'm expecting a buy still, right? Maybe the market is going to go higher and it's going to drop down before the ending of the week, and then price might close between this area. We'll see how it runs out. we have a consolidation. So support, resistance, support, resistance. So we have a confirmed consolidation. So next we'll be expecting price to drop down here. We'll see how this will play out in the future. But if you ask me, I still project long for the week. And then the same thing with the dollar index. All right. So the dollar index not yet opened, but we'll see. I'm expecting a sell off from here, okay, towards this level, probably before we see a buy, because we have a key level of resistance, and then we can see long-term view prices down. All right, price is down, long-term view right there. Okay, USD CAD. So USD CAD is a sell, in my own personal humble opinion, right? The market bought, so we might see a push up. Okay, this is the weekly, and then we saw a rejection. Then we have a price closing above this area. Yes. Okay, so actually we might see a push up a little bit before price goes down, but I'm projecting sell for this one because already the long-term view price is down, and then based on the short-term view, price did what? Bought, right, towards this area and still got rejected here. So I'm expecting for that sell to the downside for this week, but we'll see. Maybe that's going to happen. Well, we're just making analysis probability wise. All right, so right here I'm expecting a sell, no doubt. USD CHF, I'm expecting a sell in this market, probably towards here. Okay, I'm expecting a sell. I'm expecting a sell. So last week we already got this in play. Maybe we're going to see further buys and then drop. So based on the extension retracement, I'm expecting further extension to the downside, which is the short-term view, short for the week. That's my own personal opinion. And then USD/JPY2, the same thing. As we can see, market just opened and gapped up, right? It gapped to the upside. So right now the market opened without no shadow at the top. No shadow. No shadow. You know what that means? Watch carefully. We might have a very strong sell, especially once price closes below this candle open. Price closes somewhere here for the day on Monday. You guys want to brace yourself because market is going to get here. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm expecting it to get here for the week. But we'll see how it plays out. So based on the short-term view and the long-term view, extension retracement for further extension to the downside. So sell for the week. Gold. So gold is a buy for this week, no doubt. All right. When price was down here, I knew it was going to buy. I projected that buy and actually did, but actually moves consolidation here. But gold is still a buy because it's going all back all the way. Weekly time frame, you guys can see that. Control shift candle, right? Control shift, and now we are here. So we're expecting the buy. It's going up. Nothing is going to bring gold down. Gold is going all the way to the moon. It's going up. Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, so it's a little bit somehow. So at this point in time, I'm expecting. So this was a extension retracement for further sell, right? Yes, but we might actually have. You guys can see consolidation already, right? At the premium area, okay, premium area. So after the consolidation, normally the market is supposed to go further, then probably go down. We'll see. Then this is the daily. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, in the next 1 hour 44 minutes, the market is going to close and reopen. So if the market closes like this, not actually, I'm expecting Bitcoin to come towards here for a pullback, all right, before it goes down. So at this point in time, Bitcoin is a buy for the week. Yeah, it's a buy for the week still. It must, refresh itself before it continues the sell side. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what I just want to share with you briefly. I think I spent more than 1 hour. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to leave you with this, and let's see how the market runs out for the weekend. If I have something else, I'll be sharing during the week. All right. If not, if I don't, maybe we'll just round it up on Friday, and probably we'll meet again next week Sunday. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Even if you didn't comment and ask any question, I appreciate all of you. And for those who are going to watch the stream later, hope you enjoyed. If you do, please subscribe, share, and also drop your comment, your opinion, okay, regardless on it. And if you want to ask any question, please feel free to ask. I will respond to it. Thank you very much. I remain your humble JVanFS right here. Enjoy the rest of the week and enjoy your trading. Bye bye, and see you another time.